Sup, y'all? Winnie here, and today we're going to be reading Tartary eggs? Tartary eggs? I'm not sure how to say that. Tartary? No, there's not an I in it. Well, let's see what the heck it is. It's Euclid, whatever it is. 3 instances of 1420 are being contained in individual perforated steel containers when not being tested. These chambers are to be placed in a standard anomalous creature containment chamber. A gas system capable of flooding the containment room with hydrogen when needed is to be kept in good repair. A reinforced plexiglass viewing window is to be installed and checked for damage weekly. At a minimum, 2 armed guards will be present during a hatching event to respond to instances of 2. Description: instances of SCP-1420 are 8 centimeters long, egg-shaped objects composed of alternating strips of eggshell and an elastic leathery material characteristic of reptile eggs. On the narrow tip of each object is a small patch of muscle tissue. At approximately 4 a.m. every first and second Thursday of each month, the muscle will contract and all instances of 1420 will open. No cracks or seams are visible before, during, or after this process. The leathery sections will stretch to accommodate the opening. SCP-1420 will close within 3 minutes during most hatching events. Why does this feel like deja vu? I've never read this before. Upon hatching, a small creature, hereby known as 1, with avian and or reptilian characteristics will be produced by 1420. Instances of 1 normally weigh less than 600 grams, are often malformed, and typically expire shortly after emergence from 1420. Recorded creatures produced by 1420 include an abnormally muscular snake with a clawed prehensile tail and 2 legs, expired approximately 4 minutes after birth. Necropsy deemed cause of death to be lack of circulation. An infant domestic chicken, completely devoid of feathers and lacking eyes or toes. Necropsy revealed that the bone structure was more similar to that of a reptile than an avian. A small multicolored bird that collapsed on the testing table shortly after birth showed no signs of life until researcher entered to retrieve and terminate. Specimen exploded when approached. The researcher was sprayed with a caustic liquid that quickly evaporated. He recovered and returned to duty after 1 week. That doesn't sound like what would happen if you're sprayed with a caustic liquid. A feathered and winged lizard capable of limited flight. Testing showed that it had several highly venomous retractable spines on its wings, terminating without incident. Necropsy revealed specimen's bone structure to be hollow and lightweight. A scaled avian creature with a large growth around its neck. It produced a sound that rendered researchers present unconscious for 8 minutes. Specimen expired during period of unconsciousness. Necropsy deemed cause of death to be internal hemorrhaging in the throat. Redacted, see Addendum A. Is that even here? Yes, it is. Well, test logs. That's a whole different page. Okay, never mind. We don't need that. Testing has shown that instances of 1 are highly sensitive to levels of hydrogen above normal atmospheric amounts. When between 5 to 10% higher than normal, specimens show signs of distress. When above 10% higher than normal atmospheric levels, specimens rapidly dissolve into a fluid that evaporates within seconds of full dissolution. In reaction to this, a gas system has been installed that can administer hydrogen as needed. Lab analysis of tissue samples reveal no chemical mechanism that causes this. Approximately 12% of all hatching events will result in a new instance of 1420 being produced instead of an instance of 1. New instances of 1420 are identical to all others. They will begin to produce new creatures on the aforementioned schedule. Extra instances of 1420 are to be destroyed as soon as possible, except when being used for analysis or testing. Addendum A. On the date of something, a feathered snake slightly larger than average was produced, hereby designated 2, and began to grow at a rapid pace until it had become 2 meters long. Hydrogen was administered, but it seemed to be unaffected and survived long enough to break through the glass viewing window. It continued to increase in size and sprout additional limbs, eventually forming multiple scaled arms ending in avian beaks. It was eventually subdued and terminated, after causing blank deaths. A necropsy revealed the creature to contain, it looks like, triple-digit instances of 1420 inside a sac and its larynx. 2 and extra instances of 1420 were incinerated without incident. Glass viewing window is to be replaced with reinforced plexiglass, and instances of 1420 are to be placed inside perforated steel containers. 2 armed guards will be present for all hatching events. Well, I don't know what I thought a Tartary egg was going to be, and nothing about this tells me why that's the word they used. So I guess we gotta find out what Tartary means. Hang on. What does that mean? The term originated in the wake of the widespread devastation spread by the Mongol Empire. The adding of an extra R to Tatar was suggestive of Tartary. What? Nothing about that had anything to do with any of that. Why did they call it that? Well, whatever the reason was, that's going to do it for this entry. If you liked it, a like and subscribe will be groovy. If you want to click the bell, you can do that as well so that you're notified of future uploads. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.